We have a lot of good things to talk about today. On top of our Employees of the Week and on top of our Friday's Heroes, we are going to talk to one of the great local leaders. Tim Harris is here with us. We're going to talk about the Mayor and First Lady's Charity Gala and the nonprofits, and then we're going to be talking about our leadership in the fire department with Chief Downey, and we'll be making an announcement there as well. So first and foremost, let's get started. This is about a celebration. This is about us lifting each other up as a community. It's my favorite part of every week, where we get to sing the song of our great city employees and all the great work that's going on in our city. And as we do every year, we're going to do a check presentation today from the proceeds of the Mayor and First Lady's Charity Gala. Your First Lady, Maria, is here with us. She's going to give you most of the details, but I just want to tee this up by saying over the past 8 years, we've been very, very blessed to serve a generous community. And through these 8 charity galas, we've been able to take the generosity of the community and raise $1.5 million net proceeds to local nonprofits. So thank you, Albuquerque. These funds have helped human service organizations and people that help people, and we're full of great people in the city of Albuquerque. These companies and their staff are the ones that help our youth, they help our seniors, our families, parents, and our community members who need a hand up, just to highlight a few of the great things that they're doing. So First Lady will gladly announce the totals here raised during this last year's gala, and then we will present each of the great local nonprofits here with their checks as well. So I'm going to turn it over to my boss, the First Lady, Maria.
All right. Thanks, Rich. Thanks to you, all of you who attended the Mayor and First Lady's Farewell Charity Gala this year. We're so grateful to our community for the continued compassion and support of this event and our worthy local charities. Through this gala, the mayor and I, committee members and volunteers, have been able to play a small part in lifting up the incredible work being done in our city to help people from a wide variety of backgrounds and circumstances. As Mayor indicated, since 2010, we have successfully raised $1.5 million net for local nonprofits, impacting over 100,000 lives. We have been able to meet the financial requests of over 35 nonprofit beneficiaries over the past 8 years. And this year's gala didn't fall short of our expectations. Total funds raised during the 2017 Farewell Mayor and First Lady's Charity Gala were $204,444. In June, it was my pleasure to present a check to each of the beneficiaries that were selected through the RFP process. First was Crossroads for Women. Crossroads for Women serves New Mexico's women who are formerly incarcerated and homeless, and their children through supportive services, housing, and vocational training. We also, one of our beneficiaries was National Alliance on Mental Illness, also known as NAMI New Mexico. NAMI is a group of staff and volunteers whose mission is to promote mental health and to support individuals with mental illness and their families. They do this through support groups, training courses for families, and by bringing awareness to mental illness. And finally, we have the Albuquerque Community Foundation, the Bright Futures Fund. The Bright Futures Fund is a donor advised fund, a permanent endowment. We're going to be able to make grants to nonprofits in our community forever. So I'd like to call them up. We're going to sign the check.
Me, you and me?
Yes.
All right, okay. We'll take a quick photo, so come up Go ahead and take that. You might need it at the bank. Sure. Great. You want to do it real quick? Oh, so, let me do this first? So, really, I mean, this is the mayor and First Lady's Charity Gala has a 31-year tradition in the city of Albuquerque, and it's just been our great pleasure and honor to be doing this for the last 8 years. She's going to get mad when I say this, but this really should be called the First Lady's Charity Gala. Maria and her staff really went about changing how this event takes place. They started a competitive process, an RFP process, so that any one of the nonprofits in each year's category could compete for these. And then they were selected based on merit. And then Maria does a lot of follow-up to make sure that the dollars are going where they need to go and are being used as intended. She's a successful business person herself, and so she's done a great job of running the business of this as well. But it's really her heart and soul. Many midnights I'd walk into the home office and I'll see her there working on these charity galas to make sure that these local nonprofits get the help that they need. So very proud of you and love you.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to sign this check now. Patricia, can we just get a quick picture? Would that be okay?
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
So today, we're going to talk about lifeguards. And it's a great story today, but it's really a bigger story than just today. We have a great city with great amenities, and we love to enjoy these with our family, but we need to be safe, and we need people to keep us safe. And so we rely on a lot of young leaders in Albuquerque to do just that. And today we are recognizing Elise Drummond, Jared Nunez, and Lauren Aragon, who couldn't be here today, who are lifeguards in the Park and Recreation Department. Barbara Taylor is our director. She's here as well. And the story today is about saving the life of a girl who almost drowned. This past June, while Elise was on primary duty, 11-year-old Serena was swimming at the Montgomery Pool as part of a recreational outing through the Southwest Child Care Organization. Elise, doing her job, watched Selena go down the slide, and when she noticed that the young girl was struggling to stay above the surface of the water, she took immediate action. She did what they do. She blew her whistle, signaled to her peers that there was an active emergency, and then from a lifeguard stand, she performed a single stride jump entry into the water. Are you going to demonstrate that? No, okay, because we can put you right up here if you want to do that. Elise's action are the first stages in the Park and Recreation's emergency action plan. Head lifeguard Jared and then Lauren, Lauren grabbed the pool's emergency bag and ran to the pool deck to intervene. During this time, the remaining lifeguard covered Elise's zone of surveillance, the area of the pool that Elise had been assigned to surveil. Elise quickly swam to Serena, put her arms under her and from behind to pull with full support. She then transported the girl to the pool wall where Jared and Lauren were waiting to take action. Once she was safely at the wall, while Elise continued to support her, Jared and Lauren confirmed after asking Serena that she had breathed in water to her lungs. She was then helped out of the pool for Jared and Lauren to perform a secondary assessment, which consisted of a visual inspection from head to toe. They questioned Serena if anything hurt and having her breathe in and out for them. The lifeguards also asked whether she was completely understood what had happened. So Elise, Jared, and Lauren then treated Serena for shock by keeping her comfortable and warm with a towel and by offering her oxygen. Jared confirmed with the Southwest Child Care head teacher that he would contact EMS authorities. The entire incident lasted approximately 10 minutes, at which time our EMS was on scene and performed their assessment as well. So while EMS evaluated Serena, Jared contacted her foster mother, who confirmed that she wanted her daughter transported to the hospital to be evaluated. So Elise, Jared, and Lauren's skillful and collective actions during a critical period of time resulted in preventing Serena from drowning and her life being saved. It's for this reason that these young heroes are being recognized as this week's Employees of the Week. And while Serena and her mom could not make it today, I have a letter written by Serena thanking Elise, Jared, and Lauren for saving her life. And I also have a beautiful picture that Serena drew as well, and you can get a picture of that. So I'd like to share them both with you and our community as well. And then I'm going to have Barbara come up, and maybe you want to read the letter and show the picture, and then say a few words, and then we will give these young heroes their awards.
So the letter reads from Serena, 8/7/2017. Thank you for jumping in the pool and saving me. I am very grateful. I appreciate all you do. With love, Serena. It's a really good segue. I've been the Director of Parks and Recreation for nearly 3 years, and I am in awe of our young lifeguards. We hear too much about young people that is negative. Take a look. This is the future. They're great. Thank you.
Thank you. So we every week for Friday's Heroes, we do a couple of things. We give a coffee mug. You all look like you're old enough to drink coffee, so that's good. So we're going to give you each a coffee mug. And then for each of you, we also have a certificate and a letter for your personnel file thanking you and starting to build your leadership portfolio with the city. And the Employee of the Week award reads as follows. This one is to Elise. And it says, on behalf of the entire city of Albuquerque, I, Richard Berry, Mayor of Albuquerque, thank you for your public service and your dedication. Your actions exceeded the call of duty and went beyond normal expectations. So for the entire week of September 11th, 2017, you are entitled to all the privileges set forth by the Office of the Mayor as Employee of the Week. And so I hope you've got some good stuff for them. I'm sure they do. But listen, we're grateful. And I would echo what Barbara says. I get a chance to meet many, many, many young leaders in our city. Our future's bright here. We have so many young and talented and passionate and creative people. We're thankful for you, and we wish you all the best of luck with your future. So thank you very much. And we will hand these out to everybody as we go. Thank you. So our Friday's Heroes today are Albuquerque police officers Joseph Gumbel and Ryan Holitz. Am I saying it right? Holitz. They are Friday's Heroes for replacing an expectant couple's baby's necessities that were stolen from an apartment. So out of tragedy comes a kind act. This past June, Officer Holitz was dispatched to an apartment complex on Montgomery in response to a residential burglary. A few days before, a fire had caused extensive damage to the burglarized apartment. The tenants, a couple who were expecting their first child, were not allowed access to their home for obvious reasons, and were required to relocate to a hotel for a few days because of the destruction of the fire. When Officer Holitz arrived at the apartment, the couple explained to him that while they were at the hotel, a thief had entered their apartment and stole more than $900 worth of baby items that they had purchased. Because they had limited means and because they had been victimized during an already difficult time, he took a personal interest in the mom and dad-to-be, and he decided to help. When Officer Holitz notified Officer Gumbel of the couple's predicament, they devised a plan to assist the family. Both officers decided that they would help replace some of the couple's lost items by using their own money. Officer Holitz purchased baby clothes, a diaper bag, and a baby bouncer, while Officer Gumbel purchased a $200 gift card to help replace items that were lost in the fire. In addition to these tremendous acts of compassion, Officer Holitz contacted and managed to have a local retailer donate several boxes of diapers to the family after explaining that the items had been stolen. Officer Gumbel's and Officer Holitz's extraordinary acts of kindness and their commitment to the Albuquerque community demonstrate their dedication to APD and to the public that they serve each and every day. And while their actions didn't make the couple completely whole on the items that were stolen, it went a long, long, long way. And their sympathy for the family helped them through a difficult time. This is what community policing looks like. This is community policing times 10. And so for these reasons, Officer Joseph Gumbel and Officer Ryan Hullitz are being recognized as this week's City of Albuquerque's Friday's Heroes. And I'm going to have the birthday boy, Gordon Eden, come up here and say a few words. Happy birthday. Yeah, no, we're not going to sing, Chief, but happy birthday to you and congratulations, please.
Well, first of all, Mayor, I want you to know this isn't the first time for either one of these officers to do something like this. We hear great things about these two officers almost every single day. And I think it speaks to the character of each and every one of them. It speaks to the great work that they do. And Ryan, to you and your wife, hi.
Oh, we got family.
Yeah. Actually, one of the things that I may not have been in there is that they went to their own home and took some of their own belongings from their child who had just been born, and also took those things out of their own home and took them to give it to this family that was in really desperate need. But to both of you, thank you. And I say this, Mayor, this isn't the first time either one of these officers have taken money out of their own pockets. It isn't the first time, and I'll tell you, it won't be the last time. These two officers really are great examples of the servants that we have working in our community. So on behalf of your fellow workers at the Albuquerque Police Department, thank you so much for being out there and setting the example. We're very proud of both of you. Congratulations.
So what we do for Friday's Heroes, gentlemen, is we had a coin commissioned, and it's the Mayor's Public Safety Heroes Award, and it's got the city seal, and it's got fire, police, and emergency management. So this is a small token, but it comes with a lot of gratitude. And I'll tell you, I've never, ever met finer people than I meet in the Albuquerque Police Department. We are very, very fortunate to have dedicated public servants that go out there every day, not only risk their lives, but do it with a big, big heart. So from your community and a grateful mayor, we say thank you. Thank you, sir. And please be safe, and God bless. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right, we have a Good Samaritan today that we are going to honor as well. So Melinda, why don't you come forward? How are you? Good to see you. So this is Melinda Forward, and we are recognizing her and the Kindness Club International at KCI. She is the founder and director, and she is a true Good Samaritan. Through KCI, which is once again Kindness Club International, Melinda challenges teachers and students locally and abroad to build schools that are more connected, healthier, and inspired by positively through acts of gratitude and kindness. Since Melinda was young, she dreamt of becoming a teacher, a product of watching her mom, who taught elementary school for over 30 years. My mom was a school nurse. Guess how many days I missed? None. Yeah, that's right. Melinda knew that she wanted to teach French. When her high school French teacher inspired her with stories of trips to France. So in 1990, she started her dream career by teaching high school French at Redford Union High School in Redford, Michigan. Melinda went on to teach French for 27 years. 11 of those years were spent teaching children and young adults in Title I schools, a category assigned to institutions who come from low-income families. Most of our schools in Albuquerque are Title I schools. Working with students whose families lived in poverty revealed to Melinda that some of them lacked a proper support system outside of the school setting, therefore affecting their motivation and aspirations. So in 2014, while teaching at Highland High School, Melinda sought ways to empower her students who were hindered by a lack of encouragement, potentially at home. Through her organization called We All Have a Voice, she developed programs to build student voice by giving them new opportunities to communicate and listen to one another. She began by building with her students a huge chalkboard modeled after Candy Chang's Before I Die civic engagement project. I've met her. She's an inspirational woman. Great TED Talk, too, by the way. The wall allowed students to share their thoughts, hopes, and dreams. Following the wall, Melinda's students engaged in innovative projects like Sidewalk Talk, Take a Smile, and Inspiration Rocks, where young adults write and give to one another kind thoughts and polished stones. These chalkboard walls are currently being installed in other schools across the city. In November of 2015, Melinda found that she wanted to give up teaching, which required that she turn her focus away from her students and to herself. She remembered a thank you note written by a former student of hers. Reading the note reignited Melinda's will to teach and served as proof that she was touching the lives of her students. She used her newfound inspiration as an opportunity to explore how she could further create change. She questioned what would happen if her entire school stopped for 10 minutes to write thank you notes. Where's my wife? We talk to Jacob about that all the time. An act of gratitude that could drive out negativity and a revolutionary way to inspire engaged students. She believed that by giving each other handwritten notes, students could connect with one another in a meaningful way. While she received pushback a little bit and a little bit of pessimism along the way, her students jumped at the opportunity to spread kindness through the multiple task of writing notes. This past February, after connecting with a teacher in Hawaii who had started a kindness club of her own, Melinda took to her kindness campaign to the next level and founded Kindness Club International. So through KCI, Melinda helps teachers teach students new tools to empower themselves, to spread more kindness, and to help build schools that are more connected, healthy, and inspired. And over the past 3 years, Melinda has successfully led nearly 100 elementary, middle, and high schools from around the world to participate in kindness challenges, including schools in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Germany, and Lebanon. She has presented 8 workshops at the 24-hour global online conferences organized by EdChange Global and Global Maker Day, where more than 400 schools were registered. She is a member of an elite team of TEDx ABQ alumni after speaking at this past April's TEDx ABQ education event titled, "We're Done Fooling Around, Let's Talk Radical Change in Education." Melinda spread her idea of the 1,000 Thank Yous Challenge as an engagement tool to increase student and teacher morale and retention. Inspired by teachers at McCollum Elementary School, who built a gratitude tree, she started Del Norte High School, a new challenge to promote growing gratitude by celebrating people who spread kindness. She is currently working directly with APS students to train kindness ambassadors to sprout gratitude trees. The first grove of gratitude trees gifted by KCI are sprouted at Comanche Elementary, Taft, Jackson, Tony Hillerman, John Adams, James Monroe, Van Buren Middle Schools, and West Mesa High School. In the spring of 2017, the kindness app that we had in the city of Albuquerque, I've showed you this a number of times, invited Melinda and KCI to be a major partner, and through ABQ Kindness, she works closely with my Youth Advisory Council at the mayor's office to help council members promote kindness in their schools. Her enthusiasm and desire for the betterment of students and their futures had led her to dedicate her life to the mission now as the full-time director of KCI. So it's for these reasons that I'm giving Melinda forward a recognition as this week's City of Albuquerque Good Samaritan. And I'm going to talk about one more thing in just a minute, but I want to give this award, but that's a lot of me talking. Would you give us, that's a lot of things to tout. That is awesome. Would you just talk to us about what you're doing and why, please, Melinda? Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I am so honored to be here today, for one, and honored by the opportunity to work with the city, because I started in my schools, and to see now that it's not just one school, but it's 2 schools from Del Norte. I've been in 5 schools this past week. We have big gratitude trees at Tony Hillerman High School, which is where we have a small group of students create the branches in the trunk and put them up. Students that normally aren't involved in school, that don't have those opportunities, I come in and do a kindness ambassador team training with them and teach them about, well, what does it mean to spread more kindness? And then they start this tree, and then every Thursday, the school does Thankful Thursday, 10 minutes, everyone stops, writes a thank you note to someone, explains why, and then they create a little leaf for the tree. And then they share the thank you note with that person, and then they put their leaf up on the tree, so the whole school can then see how many kind people there are at their school. And so every Thursday, you can keep adding and adding, doesn't have to just be Thursday. So we can have this visual of kindness there in our schools, and we can get the focus off of maybe the more negative aspects in education that tend to be overpowering. So it's our goal with the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. We had a meeting last night. There's 11 high schools on board now that will be putting gratitude trees in and doing kindness ambassador team training. So I'm just very thankful for that opportunity and for being here today. So I look forward to lots of gratitude trees and kindness being spread about the city and training our youth to do it. They are our future. Like you said, they're underestimated and underutilized, and they want to participate, and I think this is a great chance to give them an opportunity for citizenship and to learn what it means to connect with one another, the city, and our greater society. Thank you.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So the Samaritan Award reads as follows. Melinda Forward. On behalf of the entire city of Albuquerque, I, Richard J. Berry, Mayor of Albuquerque, thank you for your dedication to the citizens of our community. You have been granted this award because you have displayed an extraordinary level of care and compassion for your fellow neighbor. And it's signed today, and I'll sign it here in just a moment. I get my pen. Well, I'll sign it in just a minute. But we want to give this to you once again with gratitude. And number one, thanks for being a teacher. Sometimes people say, boy, being mayor must be a hard job, and I tell them, have you been a first grade teacher lately? It is hard work, and it's underappreciated work. And so I meet with teachers pretty regularly as a mayor, even though I don't run the school system. And you hear some frustrations, you hear some concerns, but what you mostly hear is a love for the kids and dedication to them and our future. So to all the teachers, kudos to you, and Melinda, thank you for your leadership. We appreciate you very much. And here's once again, stay caffeinated while you're out there. All right, take care. Thank you so much.